right, greetings, my fellow human beings. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I'm your host, Eli King, reporting to you from deep inside the heart of FEMA Region Number 2 here in Manhattan, New York City. All right, it's a hot one today, and I came down here. I probably lost my job coming down here, but liberty and freedom comes first. And today we have a very special guest. We have the Reverend Dr. Reverend Conrad. Let's see if we can get him on. We have him on Skype. Let's unmute him here. All right, everybody, let's welcome the Reverend. Reverend, welcome to the show. We are live, and give people a quick rundown about, where you're from and what your ministry is about. Quick 2-minute synopsis, I guess. Go ahead.
All right, well, I originally come from Long Island, New York, now down in Florida. And basically what my ministry is about is returning Christianity to its root form, because there's approximately 33,000 different denominations. In my opinion, why is my message? In my opinion, these different denominations is nothing but a heresy, and I'm trying to bring everything back. And I personally feel that by going in corporate, I would not be allowed to preach the whole message of the Bible or politics. So I decided to not incorporate and to remain a free church, so I can do what I feel God sent me to do.
Absolutely. All right. All right.
If you want any information, my website is Spiritual Messiah Ministries.org if anybody wants any further information.
All right. I'll let you have more of the floor a little bit later. But before we get to that, let's get to some news. Have you heard about this, Reverend? We have UFO at the bottom of the Baltic Sea cuts off electrical equipment when divers get within 200 meters of it. This is from the Daily Mail. It was written on June 27th. Says the divers exploring a UFO-shaped object at the bottom of the Baltic Sea say their equipment stops working when they approach within 200 meters. They are quoted as saying anything electric out there, and the satellite phone as well, will be stopped when working when they're above the object when they get about 200 meters. Do you believe in UFOs or extraterrestrial life, Reverend?
Yes, I do. Not to sound crazy.
No, it's okay.
And that specific incident, I didn't hear anything about until now, but I have heard about UFOs underneath there. I forget the organization that went out investigating that. They're actually following a cable that somehow connects back to the United States Navy, even though the Navy was denying that it was theirs. And they tried following it, and they had equipment failures, and they got too close to it, and it would go along the seabed and until it got to this drop where the seabed just went straight down. And they tried getting their submersive down under there, but it wouldn't be able. It couldn't go too far before the light wasn't bright enough, and they couldn't really see what exactly was down there. But they believe that there's some kind of UFO phenomenon going on, and they believe that the Navy has some kind of connection with these extraterrestrials, and that's why we have all this technology the military seems to have, why it advanced so far.
Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing stuff here, yeah. Some people actually believe that the angels were extraterrestrials. I was watching something on the History Channel. Yeah, it really gets deep. All right, let's move on to this next article, Rev. CNN sinks to a 21-year primetime ratings low. You know, all the mainstream media, they're all dying dinosaur disinformation pieces of crap. Excuse my language, Reverend. But CNN and all these mainstream media outlets, their ratings are plummeting, and shows like mine and yours, they are on the rise. So what's your take on the mainstream media and those pieces of garbage, Rev?
Oh, my take on mainstream media is that they're owned, well, they are owned by the CIA. Named George Soros, or it came out where he owns CNN, MSNBC, and what was the other one? I forget the other one that he said that he owns. And they're pretty much a propaganda
Media
machine
Matters.
for this. What?
Media Matters. He owns Media Matters. But go ahead, sorry.
But they're pretty much a propaganda machine for the system and for the shadow government. And it's people that are waking up, that are turning people like you and myself, that are looking for the truth, because it's unrealized that mainstream media is covering nothing but the nonsense. They're not getting any facts. It's all entertainment. They're not covering any real stories. And how often on mainstream media do you hear about the Christian churches blowing up in Nigeria, or the Muslim Brotherhood that just went office in Egypt? You're not going to hear that on CNN or ABC or MSNBC.
Or about them burning Christian churches in Syria. Yeah.
Nope. The fact that they're kicking out all the Assyrians in Iraq.
Yeah. It's out of control.
For the fact that, granted, I don't praise Gaddafi or anything, but the fact that A, Gaddafi was replaced by the Muslim Brotherhood, and B, under Gaddafi, Libya was actually doing pretty good. I don't know if you saw any videos of when he was actually in office, but he had everybody trying to chase him down, give him high fives as he was patting down going on the roads. He was actually sitting up in the sunroof of the vehicle, waving at everybody. Everybody's praising him. I don't think that's all that much of a bad guy, if you ask me, than the fact that he follows a false religion. But you know, his people seem to love him.
Yeah, this guy did amazing things for his country. He actually brought water up from the underground into the desert. He you know, where there was plant life all over the desert. I'm not saying he was the best guy in the world, but you know, he did some evil stuff. But he was definitely the lesser of two evils between him and Obama. I'd have to say that. And he was systematically assassinated. And he did so many good things for his people. And now I see Al-Qaeda flags flying in Libya, where everybody knows, well, I know the CIA controls Al-Qaeda. That's why I call them the Al-CIA. They were created by the CIA. You know, it's just a big mess. All right, let's move on to this next article, Rev. Jonathan Boehner, House will go ahead with contempt vote against, what's his name? Eric Holder, the Attorney General. And you know about his Fast and Furious. And also this next article says, ISA confirms Fast and Furious wiretaps. Chairman Darrell Issa has confirmed that wiretap applications reveal in-depth detail on the Fast and Furious operation, including evidence showing that agents were well aware of large sums of money were being used to purchase a large number of firearms. Are you familiar with the Fast and Furious, Rev?
A little bit. I've been trying to follow as best I can. And from what I followed, I heard that about 200 Mexicans, I believe it was, were slaughtered, and 2 federal agents, including the well-known Brian Terry, were murdered using weapons from Fast and Furious. That Eric Holder knew about, Obama knew about it. I actually believe Obama authorized it.
Yes, he did. Absolutely, he did. And we're shipping the guns out so they can blame the Second Amendment, and they're shipping the drugs in. Everybody knows the CIA brings the drugs in to lock up our people. You know, if you're not part of the club, then you're going to jail if you get caught using their products. All right. Let's move on to this next article, Rev. This one is called 15 Reasons Why the Obamacare Decision is a Mind-Blowing Disaster for America. It was a 5-4 decision to uphold Obamacare, and the swing vote was Chief Justice John Roberts, who was appointed by George W. Bush. I'm going to give you about 10 reasons right now. Number 1, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, federal government has the power to force you to buy private goods and services. Let's move on to number 2. Obamacare is another step away from individual liberty and another step toward a nanny state where the government dominates our lives from the cradle to the grave. And basically, being that they pay for your health care, they can now tell you what you can eat or what to eat and all this kind of stuff. Number 3, the IRS can now look into your medical records and they can hunt you down, penalizing you millions of dollars, you know, just making sure you pay your health insurance. Number 4, Obama imposes more than 20 new taxes on the American people. with this Obamacare. Number 6, we're skipping through here. Obamacare is going to impose nightmarish paperwork burdens on doctors, hospitals, and the rest of the healthcare system. Number 7, Obamacare is going to send health insurance premiums soaring, especially for younger Americans. Number 8, how many small businesses are going to be absolutely crushed by the provisions in Obamacare, forcing these small businesses and companies to buy this health care? Meanwhile, 2,000 of his homies, I call them, his cronies, McDonald's, Walmart, they get waivers. They don't have to buy this health insurance. Obamacare is going to make the emerging doctor shortage. Doctors are going to leave because their pay is going to get low. And what's your take on the whole damn... I hate Obamacare. Give me your take on it, Rev.
Well, I personally feel Obamacare needs to go. It needs to be repealed. It's been getting nicknamed, of course, in it as the Obama tax. And granted, at first, I didn't agree with Roberts' decision on this at all. But after calming myself down and taking a closer look at it, a couple of things he did do by making the decision he made is he's limited Congress's powers as far as the Commerce Clause. And he pretty much called Obama a monumental liar because Obama went every which way he can to call this not a tax. And Roberts pretty much told him, look, Obama is a tax. There's no way of going around that. So he kind of destroyed everything there.
Yeah, Obamacare is definitely no good. No good. All right, Rev, I want to give you the floor now. You got the floor for the next 5 minutes. Just send your message to the world. Anything you want to say, spread the word to the millions of Manhattanites. Get your word out. You got the floor, Rev. Go ahead.
For everybody out there, whether you're an Obama fan, Mitt Romney fan, Ron Paul fan, or whoever you're looking at voting for this election, one thing is for certain: Obama tax needs to be repealed. And I want to let everybody know that myself and my ministry, Spiritual Messiah Ministries, we're going to be donating a percentage of all proceeds and donations to this ministry to the Mitt Romney campaign and to the repeal of Obama tax. And the reason why I'm not voting for third parties, in case anybody out there is wondering, is because I personally feel that a no vote or a vote for a third party is a sure vote for Obama, and I definitely don't want another 4 years of Obama. And I don't know how many of you have been watching my videos I've been posting up on YouTube, so I know a lot of you can tell me that I've been bashing Mitt Romney in the beginning of the primaries. Yeah, that's true. Yes, I still despise him, but unfortunately, right now, America needs him. And there's always next election to get him out of there. We can be watching him really closely. And then there's also the fact that we need to make sure that during these next elections coming up for Senate, we get Republicans in the Senate. We've got to do away with these Democrats. We've got to make sure we do whatever we can to get Obama tax repealed. We've got to do whatever we can to get our freedoms back. I've noticed that a lot of people are bashing the NRA. I'm a member of the NRA. NRA is doing everything in their power to the Political Victory Fund to get Obama out of power and to secure our Second Amendment rights. Anybody that's out there that doesn't believe what I say, just go to nrapvf.org. All the information is there, what they're trying to do. Anybody who is a member of the Occupy Wall Street movement, please go to spiritualmessiahministries.org, Google, yeah, that's where my mind's at. In the search bar, on the right on the website, type in OWS. I have a few articles and a few videos I would like you to watch. Anybody who feels you're a Christian, but at the same time you can support OWS, I'm sorry to say you're not a true Christian, and the equal sign is not the cross. So Jesus taught us to bear the cross. And if you look more closely at our Constitution, we were founded on Christian values. So I don't want to hear anybody saying that there's a separation of church and state to that extent, because there isn't. We were set on Christian values and Christian morals, and that's where I like to see America go back to. That's not going to be done with Obama in office. That's not going to be done with Obama tax enacted. And just one reason why we got to get Obama tax out, in case nobody knows about this yet. March 23rd, 2013, all American citizens are going to be demanded that we have an RFID chip implanted in us. It's on page 1,000 of Obamacare. if you read it. It's covered from page 1000 to, I believe it goes right on through 1004. If you go to the White House website, you can actually download the PDF of the Obamacare and read it all for yourself right there, black and white. So nobody can call me a liar. It's all right there. So now I'm going to ask everybody to do what we can as America and as a nation under God to get America's freedoms back, and let's get Obama out of office. Here's from MessiahMinistries.org for more information on any items and services that I'll do when all proceeds now to November are going to get Obama tax repealed. ReverendRed.com for any information on the topics I speak on, and if you want to hire me to speak at your next event, whether you're an NRA member, Tea Party, or a local church holding an event that wants to get some truths out there.
Wow. Great info right there, Rev. Great info. Would you like to take some phone calls?
What?
Would you like to take some phone calls from the live audience, Rev?
If anybody would like to ask me any questions, that's fine.
All right, let's get the number up. And if anybody wants to ask Dr. Red Conrad any questions, you can give us a call at 212-245-7273. We are live. It is June 30th, 2012. 212-245-7273. You have any questions for myself or the Rev? Give us a call, please. All right, while we wait and see if anybody calls up, let's go on to this this article right here. This is from VoltaireNetwork.org, VoltaireNet.org, and it says, "The Carefully Organized Paraguay Coup." This is by Nick Andrew. "Under Barack Obama's watch, Paraguay's Fernando Lugo is the second Latin American leftist president to have been deposed from office in a scenario orchestrated by his political opponents and very close friends of the U.S. Nick Andrew predicts that this pattern of constitutional soft coups against defiant leaders, successfully tested by Washington in Honduras and now Paraguay, will be extensively replicated in other countries over the coming years. The insidious interference by Uncle Sam and the domestic affairs of the region will apparently not be relegated to the ash heap of history anytime soon." You know about the coups like such in Libya, Obama's displacing leaders, Egypt, and now it's even in Paraguay. You have anything to say about this?
As far as I'm concerned, all this replacement of leaders everywhere has to do with the reconstruction of the Muslim Caliphate.
Oh.
I don't think it's unknown to anybody anymore at this time of day that Obama, point blank, is a Muslim, for one, and a lot of these leaders over in that region, Assad being one of them, were protecting to some degree the Christian and Jewish populace over there. Well, you can't really create a Muslim caliphate if you got people protecting the Christians and the Jews. So now Obama and the UN are taking upon themselves to replace them for them. Reconstruct the Muslim caliphate.
Very true indeed, Reverend. Very true. Very knowledgeable man you are. It's just very disgusting, and I'm very ashamed. And I'm glad there are people like you out there so we can fight and get this country back. You know, we got the 4th of July coming, and the spirit of 1776 runs through my veins, runs through my body like you cannot believe, especially around this time of year. I get so excited, and I just hope it doesn't come to another second revolution, because that's what they want. They want a bloodbath, and we need to beat them intellectually before we beat them on the battleground.
Obama's definitely a push for a civil uprising. Some article I read recently said that there's actually DHS informant that said that Obama isn't he's helping to promote it, which I think is, somewhat amazing that people in DHS and the White House are actually going to come out and release this kind of information. Naturally, it wouldn't release their names. Security risk on their lives, but nothing good for our future at all at this point.
Your Skype is kind of breaking up there, Rev. Could you just say that last part again?
I said I'm hoping that with these elections coming up, we'll be able to help fix this nation. Because Obama is helping promote this civil uprising. And obviously the DHS and foreign staff are really aims to anybody for their own security, for their own lives, but at least the information is getting out there.
Yes, we must get the info out. We must not stop. And this is why I do what I do. All right, let's move on to this next article, Reverend. I thank you for hanging in there with me doing this news. This article is from the American Free Press. The title is, "The Richest Jew in the World Funds Efforts to Oust Obama." The New York Times reported that on June 17th, a key ally of Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who himself a close, longtime friend of the GOP candidate Mitt Romney, has said he has prepared to spend $100 million of his own money this year to defeat Obama and help elect Republicans. And they say this guy's the modern-day Meyer Lansky. Have you heard of this?
Actually, I haven't.
All right. Well, it seems you have a phone call, Rev. Let's take it and see what they want to ask. Caller, you are on the air. State your name and where you're from.
Hello, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? What's on your mind?
Yes, I know everyone's talking about this Obamacare, and I know deep down this is not going to be good for America.
Absolutely.
And what that means is that your government can take control of everything now. With this new Obamacare, that means that can drive doctors out of business. That's what this means, right?
I believe so. Rev, what's your take on that?
Well, what I take is that it's unconstitutional, all right? And first of all, you should have a right to choose your own health plan. And basically what that means is, and this is going to lead to other things as well, too.
All right. You got any questions for the Rev, Steve?
Yes. Now, what's your take about when a government takeover happens?
All right, Rev, he said, what's your take about when the government takeover happens? Appreciate the call, Steve.
My take on the government takeover, well, my personal take on the government takeover when it finally happens is, one, like we've seen in history, a lot of the nation is going to just blindly follow, like sheep to the slaughter. But there is going to be a small uprising. I do believe that a lot of Americans are beginning to wake up. Since Obama came into office, sales of guns and ammunition have skyrocketed. And I believe this past week, since the SCOTUS announced that Obama tax is allowed, gun sales hit another spike there.
What is it, like 3 million guns a month are being sold now, right? That's the figure I got, like 3 million guns a month.
Approximately 3 million, yeah.
Wow.
So on top of that, people need to realize too that a lot of the military soldiers are not going to go along with Obama. They say that whatever their orders are, that's their orders. They have no problem. They'll put their weapon on their own thing. If it ever comes down to that they're going to choose their family and their country over Obama. So there's going to be a split right down the middle. And a lot of vets are starting to wake up and realize that we are now looked at as possible terrorist threats to the government because we have the military training. So a lot of vets are waking up, and we're not going to sit back and relax while all this is going on. So my take on the government takeover, when it finally happens and it gets initiated, Obama and his people are going to be the ones that throw the first punch, but the American people are going to rise up and take our country back. Hopefully it doesn't come down to the bloodshed, but if it does, I think the American people will win.
Absolutely. I'm with you there, brother. I will fight to the death. What's the old saying? I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And if you want my guns, you're going to have to pry them out of my cold, dead hands. You want my children, you're going to have to pry them out of my cold, dead hands. You want me to go to a FEMA camp, you're going to have to drag me there, my cold, dead body over there, because I'm not going willingly. All right, let's go on to this next article, Rev. We're almost out of time. Media whitewashes Olympic security scandal. A British news channel, ITV, has whitewashed the Olympic security scandal. Basically, a reporter, Lee Hazelton, an undercover journalist who infiltrated the Olympic security detail, saying there's a bunch of security lapses, and they have all these caskets and coffins, and there possibly may be a false flag attack at the Olympics. What do you think, Rev?
I believe that a false flag attack on the Olympic Stadium is very possible, especially considering the best way, as history shows, particularly in Nazi Germany, the best way to take over a nation is through a false flag attack. And considering the Olympic Stadium is actually built right on top of an old nuclear power plant, it won't be that hard at all for the power elite to make it look like a nuclear attack on the Olympics. Blame some terrorist organizations, swoop right in and take all the power. Take control. I feel that it's a very high possibility of that happening.
All right, we got about a minute left. Let's get to this last article. U.S. Army admits troops conducting law enforcement is illegal, yet it continues to happen across the country. What's your take on the police or the military being used as police around the nation now? Really quick, we got about 30 seconds.
The police using euthanasia?
The military being used as a police force around the U.S.
Oh, I heard briefly about that, and I think that one is unconstitutional, and B goes against our rights. The military is only supposed to be used to protect our borders and fight wars to protect this country. That's why we have local police departments.
All right, Rev. Hey, listen, we're out of time. I thank you for joining me. Hopefully we can have you on again. Until then, people, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. All right, greetings, my fellow human beings. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I'm your host, Eli King, reporting to you from deep inside the heart of FEMA Region Number 2 here in Manhattan, New York City. We are live, and give people a quick rundown about, where you're from and what your ministry is about. Quick 2-minute synopsis, I guess. Go ahead.
All right, well, I originally come from Long Island, New York, now down in Florida. And basically what my ministry is about is returning Christianity to its root form, because there's approximately 33,000 different denominations. In my opinion, why is my message? In my opinion...
All right, it's a hot one today, and I came down here. I probably lost my job coming down here, but liberty and freedom comes first. And today we have a very special guest. We have the Reverend Dr. Reverend Conrad. Let's see if we can get him on. We have him on Skype. Let's unmute him here. All right, everybody, let's welcome the Reverend. Reverend, welcome to the show. All right. I'll let you have more of the floor a little bit later. But before we get to that, let's get to some news. Have you heard about this, Reverend? We have UFO at the bottom of the Baltic Sea cuts off electrical equipment when divers get within 200 meters of it. This is from the Daily Mail. It was written on June 27th. Says the divers exploring a UFO-shaped object at the bottom of the Baltic Sea say their equipment stops working when they approach within 200 meters. They are quoted as saying anything.
These different denominations is nothing but a heresy, and I'm trying to bring everything back. And I personally feel that by going in corporate, I will not be allowed to preach the whole message of the Bible or politics. So I decided to non-incorporate and remain a free church so I can do what I feel God sent me to do.
Absolutely. All right. All right.
If you want any information, I'm on, my website is spiritualmessiahministries.org if anybody wants any further information.